Viral horror. The chilling camera trap that snared you. Menglong, shadows, screams, and a star-shattered fall. Threads, and forbidden TikTok mirrors. But this isn't your garden variety jump scare reel. Oh no, this is a mind-melting mosaic of malice, where every frame whispers murder and every shadow screams conspiracy. Buckle up, dear reader, for a rhyme-woven ride through the rabbit hole of Yu's final hours. We'll chase echoes of elder tales, those whispered yarns of fallen idols like Qiao Runliang in 2016, dragged from despair by unseen hands, or the silent screams of stars snuffed in Shanghai suites. Like those spectral stories, this one rhymes in blood and betrayal, verse by verse, building to a crescendo that'll leave your soul splintered. Let's rewind the reel to the witching hour of 5 a.m., when Beijing's dawn is still a bruised promise. Picture it, a nondescript high-rise in the Chaoyang district, its facade a gray monolith scarred by the city's relentless grind. The building, a forgotten footnote in urban sprawl, squats like a sullen beast, windows winking like wary eyes. Our unseen voyeur, a paparazzi phantom, they say, hunkers in the gloom below, lens trained on the fifth-floor casement like a predator's gaze. The air hums with the low growl of distant traffic, but up there, in Yu's rented area, the symphony shifts to something sinister. The video opens with banal brutality, a flicker of curtain, then a crash, glass shatters like brittle bones, shards spiraling in slow-motion ballet against the pre-dawn pallor. But wait, rewind again. Before the plummet, there's prelude, a prelude that pulses with peril, rhyming the rhythm of ritualistic ruin from those prior player downfalls, where stars like Menglong met their makers not by mishap, but malice meticulously masked. Zoom in, frame by frozen frame, and the mind-blowing unfurls. At timestamp 0:12, a silhouette staggers into view. Not you, not yet, but a hulking shadow, broad as a bouncer's grudge, arm cocked like a coiled spring. He's no actor in this improv. His movements are meaty, methodical, echoing the brute force beats from leaked Qiao clips, where fists flew like forgotten scripts. The figure lunges, and there's you, our golden boy, clad in a rumpled white tee soaked with sweat or something stickier, his lithe 5 feet 10 inches frame folding like origami under assault. A haymaker connects with a thud that the mic catches crisp as a cracked ribcage. Yu reels, his chiseled jaw, once kissed by leading ladies in moonlit masquerade, now a blooming bruise, purple petals unfurling in high-def horror. He doesn't scream. He gurgles, a wet rasp that rhymes with the drowning pleas in elder entertainment elegies, those tales of talents tortured till they toppled. But, oh, the escalation. It's exponential, a exponential explosion of the eerie that'll etch itself into your eyelids. At 0:23, the camera, steady as a surgeon's scalpel, captures the coup de grace. 2 more phantoms materialize from the murk, their faces blurred by fate or filters. But their intent? Crystal. One grips Yu's wrists, twisting them skyward in a lover's lock gone lethal, while the other, a wiry wraith with a whisper of wire, loops something lethal around his throat. Garrote? No, subtler. A silk scarf from his own vanity, now a noose of necessity, rhyming the asphyxiation arcs from archived actor autopsies, where breaths were bartered for silence. Yu's eyes, those almond orbs that mesmerized millions in echoes of eternity, bulge like overripe olives, veins mapping terror across whites gone wild. He thrashes, a terpsichore of torment, heels hammering the hardwood in a desperate Morse code. Help.
Hell.
Help. The floor vibrates, visible in the vibey video, sending tremors down to the street-level shooter, who doesn't flinch.
Why?
Because this isn't happenstance. It's a heist, a harvest of a rising star, scripted to look like suicide, syncing seamlessly with the sorrowful sagas of siblings in spotlight slaughter. Cut to the cataclysm at 0:35, mind-blowing moment numero uno, a sequence so surreal it spawns spin-off simulations on every scrollable screen. Yu, half-hoisted now, is hurled toward the havoc hole in the window, glass graveyard crunching under his kicks. But here's the hallucinatory hook. As he hurtles, his free hand flails not for purchase, but points, accusatory arrow straight at the lensman below. Is it intuition? Interception? In that split-second stare down, 150 feet of vertigo apart, Yu's gaze locks, a lightning bolt of lucidity amid the lunacy. The paparazzi's feed freezes for a femtosecond, or so the enhanced edits claim, capturing Yu's lips forming two syllables. You see? Or is it why me? Conspiracy connoisseurs crow it's a curse, a clairvoyant cry that curses the cameraman to come clean. Echoing elder enigmas, like the phantom footage of Chiao's final flail, where fingers framed a face in the frame, this pinpoint pierces the plot. You knew he was being filmed, fed to the frenzy for fame's foul feast. The fall itself? A free-fall fantasia that defies physics and piety. At 042, Yu tumbles, not a clean arc, but a corkscrew of contortions, limbs akimbo like a marionette mid-murder. The wind, or is it wails, whips his hair into a halo of havoc, and the camera, cruelly clinical, tracks the trajectory. 5 stories of freefall, 32 feet per second squared of sheer schadenfreude. He doesn't hit the concrete with a splat. No, the mind-blower is the bounce. In unedited uploads, his body, 140 pounds of once vital vitality, rebounds once, a macabre pogo, skull skimming sidewalk in a skid that sprays crimson confetti. Bystanders blur in post-plummet panic, but one frame freezes forever. A stray dog, drawn by the din, sniffs the settling slick, then scarpers, tail tucked in testament to taboo. This isn't mere mortality. It's a metaphor, rhyming the ricochet regrets of relic reels, where fallen fellows fetched up fouled, their forms foreshadowing foul play. Yet, the video's venom doesn't end with the endpoint. Post-plunge pandemonium parades in Part 2, a pirated sequel surfacing on October 9th via Facebook's fevered feeds. One here, the horror Hydra heads anew, grainy glory of suspects, those same shadowy silhouettes, stuffing Yu's still warm husk into a sack. Yes, a burlap behemoth, like a body bag from a B-movie, but this is Beijing's brutal ballet. They hoist him, horizontal horror, limbs lolling like limp linguini, and lug him to a lurking van, license plate lasered out in later leaks. The sack squelches, a symphony of squish that suggests not just slaughter, but surgery. Innards rearranged, evidence excised? Netizens nectar this nectar of nightmare, one thread theorizing, transported like trash, but why the rush? To rewrite the report. It rhymes raw with the rushed removals in prior player purges. Chiao's quarters cordoned quick, his corpse carted covertly, cries of cover-up cascading. Mind-blowing Scene 3, the torture tape, teased in YouTube's underbelly on October 23rd. This isn't the fall, it's the forge, a 3-minute maelstrom of meticulously masked mayhem, allegedly antecedent to the area assault. Yu, bound to a bamboo-backed chair in what looks like a luxe lounge, velvet vibes, but veins visible on his neck, endures an endurance test from hell. The hosts, a cabal of celebs, they claim, 17 strong in one wild whisper, circle like sharks and stilettos. A starlet, face fuzzed but form familiar, fans finger her as a palace of Phoenix princess, brandishes a branding iron, not hot, but cold, chilled to crack skin on contact. She presses it to his peck, and Yu's yelp yields to a yowl that rattles rafters, body bucking like a bronco broke. For the fame, she hisses, or so subtitles suggest, her laughter a lace of laceration. Then the tools, pliers for pinkies, twisting till tips blanch bone-white, needles nested in nostrils, drawing drips of dread. It's a party from perdition, rhyming the ritual ravages rumored in redacted reports of other overnights, where idols invited to intimate gatherings emerged as echoes, or not at all. Deeper dive, the live stream lore, a breadcrumb back to Betrayal's banquet. Days prior, on September 8th, Yu went live on Weibo, 2.4 million mooning his musings, but midway, his mirth morphed to malaise. This industry, it's a gilded grave, he murmurs, mic muffling a moan as off-frame figures fidget. He tries to tap out a text. They're watching, 3 gone abuser controls us, but the feed flickers. The saga deepens, darling. The night refuses to die. 3 weeks after the sack vanished into Beijing's Black Veins, a new file bled across the darknet at 3:33 a.m. sharp, uploaded by an account named Only Yulua, Jade Falls. No thumbnail, no title, just 9 minutes and 11 seconds of pure, uncut apocalypse. They call it the Crimson Reel. And once you've seen it, sleep becomes a stranger forever. It begins in silence, black screen, heartbeat bass rumbling low like a dragon waking under the city. Then a match strikes. One flame, one face illuminated, Menglong, alive, gagged with his own Hermes belt, eyes swollen but blazing, still defiant, still devastatingly beautiful even when broken. The camera circles him slow, predatory, loving. Someone off-screen whispers in Velvet Mandarin, "Smile for the family album, little prince." The room is a palace of pain disguised as pleasure, crimson silk walls dripping like fresh wounds, chandeliers weeping crystal tears, a massive round bed stained darker than wine. 17 figures in gold and black animal masks, tiger, fox, peacock, serpent, lounge like gods at a banquet where the main course is a man. You recognize the masks from leaked photos of China's most exclusive yearly gala, the Night of Nine Gates. Entry fee? One secret that can destroy a dynasty. Tonight's entertainment? Destroying Menglong, piece by exquisite piece. Mind-blowing scene 4. The one that shattered Weibo's servers when it leaked. They force him to kneel on broken mirror shards. Every twitch grinds glass into knees already flayed to bone. A woman in the peacock mask, voice digitally warped but fans swear it's her, the queen of costume dramas, leans down, strokes his cheek with a gloved finger dipped in gold paint. She writes on his forehead in slow, elegant strokes, Qian, ode. Then she kisses the word, licks it, laughs like wind chimes made of knives. Timestamp 247, the moment that made 500 million people vomit in unison. They bring out the violin. Not to play. The bow is horsehair soaked in chili oil and rock salt. A man in the tiger mask saws it across Yu's bare back, again, carving red rivers that spell out the names of every blockbuster he ever carried on his bleeding shoulders. Each stroke is timed to the beat of his own hit song Moonlit Prisoner, remixed into funeral dirge. He screams in harmony. The internet has never heard a more beautiful, broken sound. But the true stomach dropper comes at 5:55. They flip him onto his back, spread eagle on the mirror altar, and the fox-masked figure, tall, lean, voice like smoke and honey, straddles his chest. Removes the mask. The face underneath? His co-star from Eternal Crimson Lovers, the one who played his soulmate for 3 seasons. The one who, in the final episode, promised, in every lifetime, I will find you. She smiles the same smile that once launched 1,000 memes. Then she leans down and whispers, loud enough for the mic to catch, "In this lifetime, I deliver you." She slides a jade hairpin, the exact one he gifted her on set, the one fans shipped for years, straight through his left palm, pinning him like a butterfly. Blood blooms like roses on snow. He doesn't scream this time. He laughs. A cracked, wet, delirious laugh that rhymes perfectly with the madness of every fallen idol who ever realized too late that love in this industry is just another word for leash. The final 2 minutes? Pure poetry written in cruelty. They make him choose. A red pill or a blue pill, no really. Red, die quick, fall from the window, become another depressed celebrity. Blue, live, but disappear forever, face rebuilt, voice erased, sold to the highest bidder in some underground pleasure city where broken stars service the untouchable. He spits blood, smiles with shattered teeth, and says the line that now lives tattooed on millions of secret skins, "Washen bi sanjong." I choose the third option. He lunges, bites through the fox's throat like a wolf finally off the chain. Arterial spray paints the lens crimson. Chaos erupts, masks rip off, knives flash, someone screams, "Shut it down," in perfect English. The camera falls, spins, catches one last perfect frame. You, drenched in gold and red, standing atop the bed like a war god birthed from hell, roaring through blood-flecked teeth. Jinwan, Chendo Gunwisha. Tonight, all of you come to hell with me. Static. Then the screen cracks. Literally cracks, spiderweb fractures spreading from the center until the video ends in total, bleeding black. That was 23 days ago. Since then, the crimson reel has been erased from every platform 17 times, only to resurrect stronger, bloodier, subtitled in 47 languages. 6 of the 17 masked figures have disappeared: car accidents, overdoses. One found floating face down in Westlake wearing a peacock mask filled with cement. Menglong's official death certificate still reads suicide. But every night at 3:33 a.m., millions of phones across China vibrate once, screens flickering with a single frame, his golden eyes staring straight into you, mouth moving soundlessly. Third option. Last night, someone uploaded new footage. Just 7 seconds. A dark alley in Shanghai. A figure in a hooded jacket limps past a dumpster, one hand pinned forever by a jade hairpin he never removed. He pauses beneath a flickering street lamp, turns to the camera he somehow knows is there, and smiles with teeth that are no longer entirely human. Then he whispers the line that ended the world. Lundal Nimanla. Your turn. The video ends with text in dripping red, Your lo wei sidi sanjong shanza. Zhengzar jinxing shi. Jade has not fallen. The third option is in progress. Sleep well, darling. He's choosing for all of us now.